Alright, welcome. Ronda Rousey, is she fucking doping? That's the question. Is Ronda Rousey doping? Let's have a look. I'm not saying she is, but let's have a look. Here she is with Cyborg, Christine Cyborg, and Cyborg got busted for steroids, right? The girl on the right is on steroids. The girl on the left is Ronda Rousey, 100% natty, full natty bra. What does full natty bra mean? It means 100% natural. The only thing, what does Ronda take to get so swole? What does Ronda take to make she looks like she's on the juice, but she's not on the juice? Cyborg's on the juice, she's skinnier, but Ronda's natty. What does Ronda take to get so swole? Let's have a look. Do you know what Ronda's secret is? Flintstone Chewy Gummy Bear Vitamins. Check this out.
For the Olympics, all I would take was Flintstone vitamins and Advil, because you said you're completely responsible for everything that entered your body, and I was aware of that. And I just put out a picture the other day of every single vitamin that I take is actually in gummy form.
So I don't know why the fuck Cyborg is taking steroids. I don't know why any UFC fighter is taking steroids. All you need to do is take Advil and some Flintstone Chewy vitamins. Chewy vitamins. Chewable vitamins. That's all you fucking need, man. Now, UFC doesn't have the best track record. Joe Rogan is a UFC commentator, and even he's on steroids. Listen to this.
Take testosterone every week. I used to take a cream. Now I take a shot. It seems to last longer. It seems to work better. But why do I do it? First of all, because I'm not competing against anybody, and it makes me feel better. My body works better when I take it.
So Joe Rogan is pinning testosterone injections into his ass every week for years and years and years. So the commentators are on steroids. Anderson Silva just got busted for steroids. But Ronda Rousey, she's 100% clean. All Ronda takes is chewable Flintstone vitamins and a little bit of Advil pills in case she gets a sore toenail. That's all you have to take, guys. You don't need any drugs. You don't need any drugs at all. Flintstone chewable vitamins will get you looking swole as fuck. I mean, sure, this is what TMW, this is what Elliot Holtz must take as well. Flintstone chewable vitamins. Obviously, this is what works. Let's have a look at some more interviews from Ronda. She's gold, isn't she? She's gold.
Greg Santos just tested positive for some performance-enhancing drugs, and you were very critical.
If you're taking steroids in a sport like MMA, it's not like taking steroids in a sport like baseball or something like that, where you take steroids and it results in you're able to hit a ball farther than you should, you know? But if you take steroids and you actually get in the cage and you fight with people who aren't, it seems like criminally negligent, you know? You really can hurt somebody like that.
So Ronda just admitted steroids do fucking work. If you've got someone who's on steroids and someone who's not on steroids and in the same weight class, the person on steroids is going to fucking smash the fuck out of the person who's not. Same ability. These are fucking professional fighters. This is not an amateur versus a pro. These are pro-level fighters. They want to fucking win. They go in the ring. They want to get paid. Ronda sits in the pockets of deep pockets financial people. There's a lot of people backing her. She has to fucking win. There's no way she's going to step into the ring with someone and they're on the gear. How the fuck are you going to beat them? Have you ever done steroids? I've done steroids. There's so many fucking fanboys say that steroids wouldn't work. Ronda just admitted they fucking work, and they work so fucking well. If you're on steroids and you're fighting someone who's not, that's criminal negligence. That's what Ronda just says. Alright? So if you're going in the ring and you think someone's on steroids, you're not going to fucking step in there. Because you're going to get your head fucking kicked in. That's the reality, man. Again, so many fucking fanboys. Have you ever done fucking anabolic steroids? Legit shit from a fucking doctor. I have. Have you ever trained on steroids? I have. Legit steroids from a doctor. Yes, I have done that, Your Honor. And the strength is insane. The power. You just keep hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting. It's insane. You fucking noobs wouldn't have a fucking clue because you got no experience. Even Joe Rogan takes steroids, anabolic steroids, and he's not even fucking a fighter. The commentators on steroids, and you think the champion, the world champions are clean. Are they clean? The commentators on steroids. What the fuck does that tell you? Steroids fucking work. Even when you get off steroids, your body's changed forever. My DNA has changed forever. My strength, my sprint is enhanced from doing steroids pretty much forever. For at least for 5-10 years. You get a change, you get muscle, everything changes, man. Your mitochondrial efficiency. That's why in cycling you got these guys who dope for years and they come back clean. They can still do pretty well because they've trained for 5-10 years on steroids at a high level. Come back and be clean and do alright still. Reasonably alright. So steroids fucking work. Stop being a fucking noob and saying they don't. Even Ronda Rousey agrees with Durenrider. Steroids in MMA make a fucking huge difference. So much so, Ronda Rousey says it's criminal negligence for a steroid user to fight a non-steroid user. There you go.
If anyone goes on Wikipedia and looks up what Winstrol is, it's one of the most popular steroids for female bodybuilders because it's one of the only steroids where you can gain muscle and lose fat and not really gain that much weight. You can gain muscle and lose fat and not really gain that much weight. You can gain muscle and lose fat and not really gain that much weight. You can gain muscle and lose fat and not really gain that much weight.
Winstrol. Ronda just talked about Winstrol. I can't believe she went there. She went the Winstrol way. Stanozolol helps you shred chub, shred blub, build muscle. So let's say you're 135 pounds and you've got a bit of gut, a bit of chub, you want to drop. You want to gain some muscle though, but you want to get too heavy because you don't got another weight class. So you're like, I want to stick at 135. Get on the Winnie, the Winstrol, Stanozolol. Get on some of that. It's going to get you burn the blubber and gain some lean gains. Some lean gains. Some TMW Cree gains. Alright, you're going to get some Winstrol gains. Some Winnie gains. Let's say you're a professional fighter. You come from a country where financially it's fucking hard. And the trainer says, look, man, you really got a lot of talent. You've been training for 10 years. But I'll tell you what, if you go in the octagon or if you go in the ring, they're on steroids. And they're going to kick your fucking ass. And they've got more stamina than you because they're on steroids, so their red blood cell count. And they're using EPO. So I'll tell you what, kid, you've been training for 10 years, but you're going to go to your first fight night and they're going to fucking kill you. And you're going to go home with your tail between your legs. And they're never going to invite you back because you're fucking shit, because you couldn't keep up. So what are you going to do? You're going to do 10 years of training? What are you going to do? You got a kid now. You got bills to pay. What are you going to do? You're going to take steroids. We're going to give you the steroids and we're going to take 20% of your fee if you win. Alright? Don't worry. We'll train you up and you'll test clean. You won't test pos. And that's what happens. That's what Anderson Silva did. That's what all the fucking champs do. Lance Armstrong, Marion Jones. Don't believe in fairy tales. Fairy tales are for school kids on fucking sick day getting ready by the school nurse. It's Cinderella or some bullshit. Fairy tales in pro sport, marketing fucking bullshit.
I've been drug tested hundreds of times and I've never been caught for anything. I've been drug tested hundreds of times and I've never been caught for anything. I've been drug tested hundreds of times and I've never been caught for anything. I've been drug tested hundreds of times and I've never been caught for anything. You know, and Olympic drug testing is so much more like vigorous than any kind of athletic commission drug testing. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just a joke.
Did Ronda Rousey just use the Lance Armstrong line? The Marion Jones line? I've never been caught for anything. Been tested hundreds of times and never been caught for anything. Here's how shitty drug testing is. Ronda just says the State Athletic Commission drug testing is a fucking joke. She just said that. She says Olympic testing is much more stringent, much more rigorous. Marion Jones, though. How many gold medals did she win in Sydney? Most people don't even know who Marion Jones is. One of the most successful track and field athletes of all time. Sydney Olympic gold medals. Marion Jones. Never ever tested positive. How did she get caught? Someone dobbed her in and she admitted it. But she did fucking full-on testimony saying she never juiced. Lance Armstrong. Here's the Lance Armstrong clip from Sydney Olympics.
I've said it for 7 years. I've said it for longer than 7 years. I have never doped.
Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
Lance Armstrong fights back aggressively against doping accusations. But behind his public denials, teammates say Armstrong and others are engaged in an elaborate and risky system to avoid drug testers. One rider says he helps Armstrong narrowly escape a positive drug test at a 2000 race in Spain.
So the whole notion that, well, someone's an Olympic athlete and they're getting tested, so that means they're clean. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit. If you go to the Olympics and win gold, it doesn't mean you're fucking clean. Chances are, it means you're fucking juiced based on the history of the Olympics, which isn't all that fucking natty, is it? So the whole, I can't believe Ronda, she must have had, her eyes are pinging at this party. So my tip for Ronda is, if you're going to give interviews, do it when you're sober or something. Don't do it when you're fucking off your nut. Because obviously, your eyes are fucking zinging. I'm not an infant right now, I'm fucking full natty bra. But Ronda's saying, I've never been caught for anything. It's like, she's really playing her fire with that one, isn't she? Based on whoever else has used that line in sports history. So what's my opinion? I reckon Ronda is definitely natural. Because she's never, ever, ever been caught for anything. So she's definitely clean then. Because she's never, ever been caught. Let's go watch some Lance Armstrong clips. Not that there's any relation at all.
I've been drug tested hundreds of times and I've never been caught for anything.
Everybody wants to know what I'm on. What am I on? I'm on my bike, busting my ass 6 hours a day. What are you on?
Armstrong is undeniably persuasive.
Why would I take that risk? I have everything I need. I have money, I have contracts, I have a family, I have my family's name. Do you think I want my son to go to high school in 2012 and somebody to say, oh, Luke Armstrong, your dad got busted?
Right now, on the record, for all of America, the world to hear, have you ever used performance-enhancing drugs?
Of course not. Never. Never. Not once. Cycling has been criminalized and singled out.
George Hincapie, Lance Armstrong's right-hand man, actually texted to warn Lance that there are drug testers at the hotel.
According to Hincapie, Armstrong has testosterone in his system and drops out of the race to avoid being tested.
The team ran the program to ensure that they never tested positive by getting advance notice of the test, dropping out of races when they knew that they were hot and would test positive.
Tyler tells a story about a tester comes to the door and he knows that if he gives a sample that he's going to get to test positive. So he and his wife both literally hit the deck and hide and pretend no one's home and the tester leaves. But that's how simple it is to evade a test. Just pretend you're not home.
According to USADA, the team also uses other, more scientific ways to avoid positive tests.
You've never used your own blood for doping purposes, for example?
Absolutely, that would be banned.
Okay. I'm not trying to agitate you. I'm just trying to make sure your testimony is clear.
Okay.
Okay?
And he's successful and he leads the Tour de France and he possibly wins the Tour de France. Do you know what they say? They say, it's impossible. So he must be doing something. We only have one thing to hide and that's our hard work. To think that I'm going to come back into sport and risk my life with performance-enhancing drugs is crazy.
Very simple, but later to make it happen was not so simple.
A physical and mental delivery here by Lance Armstrong. 5.5 hours he's been pedaling today.
Like other teams, they didn't understand what exactly we were going to do when we said we are going to prepare for the Tour de France. What are you? Who is going to be our leader? I said Lance Armstrong, but he cannot climb. They say.
And he's accelerated, he's out of the saddle, sprinting up this climb now.
If you keep going, you can take the jersey, yeah? If you keep going, you can take the jersey, yeah?
Lance Armstrong, as the clock ticks down, is racing to the yellow jersey of the Tour de France.
Yes!
He was the first man last year to win. It's certainly one of the biggest fairy tales this race has ever produced. A man that really was only given a 20% chance of living because of cancer is now tearing the field apart in the Tour de France. And it's a long time since we've seen a performance like this.
Basically, I like doing the job. I enjoy it. I enjoy the travel. I enjoy the sacrifice. But I really enjoy just constantly seeing if it's going to continue to work. I mean, to me, that's fascinating that we have this template and we can just continue to run it over and over and over again and train hard and make sacrifices and you know, just in the name of sport, just to try and win the biggest and the best bike race in the world year after year after year. As many of you know, it's been a trying winter for me and my U.S. Postal Service cycling team. In November of last year, a formal investigation was launched into our team regarding the alleged use of performance-enhancing drugs. I'm very happy to report today that we have received confirmation that the results of the testing of our urine samples have proven to be negative. To be clear, we have learned that our urine samples did not contain EPO or any other banned substance, as we knew they would not. This investigation is going to be closed, and we're going to be proven innocent. But when we're proven innocent, and we're proven that the only thing we've taken is a bunch of hard work, and I wish we would write that story as well, and I think that's only fair. I look forward to racing again this week in France, and over the next few months, I plan to do a few other races here. And of course, on July 7th, I plan on defending my Tour de France title in pursuit of number 3.
I've been drug tested hundreds of times and I've never been caught for anything.